Demo.
Chris, what's going on with Pilot?
Check that out, Homer.
Grade A flight.
I got skills already.
Let me get in a good position here. We're gonna shoot what's going on here. And Chris, you've been playing this for what, 10 minutes or so? What are your impressions?
So far, so good, Homer. I've always been a big fan of the Pilotwings series, and Pilotwings Resort definitely true to the old sort of the just fly around and have fun. That's what I like to do. So
That's your motto?
Yeah. So they've got right here we've got mission mode, and so I'm sort of in the bronze area, just starting out. The 3 vehicles, you got your planes, you got your rocket belt, and you got your hang glider. Yeah. So let's take a look at the hang glider real quick. Okay. It's not my favorite because it's got no engine. You got to be a little more mindful in terms of where the thermals are. But folks who've played Pilot,
being green friendly though.
Yeah, that's that.
Following in the whole green trend.
Yeah. So here I am taking these core state. One of the things I noticed is different here from the last Pilotwings game I played, 64, I guess. You got these balls in the air to sort of guide you along your way, no matter no matter what you're doing. So it really helps keep the path. Down below, you can also see we've got a touchscreen map. If you're like a little lost, you can zoom in and out. I got to take a photo real quick of this lighthouse, if I can remember how.
Do it.
Photo button.
Bam.
Oh, that's pretty gorgeous. That's pretty good. All right. I'm going to jump out real quick and show you something else.
So while this is loading, actually, I want to ask you a question. Did you have a chance to play this in full 3D?
Yes, I did.
What was your impression?
It was pretty cool. It's interesting. One of the things I noticed is you sort of think of the 3D meter they have here as max 3D or minimum 3D, right? But that's not the case. Like for me, I had to keep it sort of halfway up because that was just the way it worked best for my eyes.
And I think that's one of the through lines for this device, right? It's customize your 3D experience.
Exactly. And so I found the sweet spot, and I was flying the plane like I'm going to start doing here. And it really gave a great sense of like the plane is right up in the foreground, and I can really help me calculate the distance for like the daring under the rocks runs that of course are like the best thing to do in the plane. When I'm flying too close.
Yeah, that's basically what you want to do is fly hazardously close to cliffs and rocks.
Exactly. I mean, it's daring. That's a lot of fun for Pilotwings for me. Now, so obviously that's rewarding in and of itself, but free fly mode also has these sort of points of interest that if you fly by them, they've got, like you fly through this eye and you've now tagged the weathered monument. So we got a bunch of places to visit to sort of encourage exploration. And you can see this nice sort of sunlight effect as I'm going into the horizon. It just looks really nice. And see, they even encourage me to fly low and buzz the tower here and freak everyone out.
Top Gun style?
Absolutely. You don't need to ask permission.
Yeah.
And,
who needs that?
And then, so the last one we've got here, I can fire it up real quick, is the rocket belt, which, familiar. And so you've just got those 3 vehicles. Whether they're any unlockable things like cannons or crazy jump boots.
You're not too sure.
I don't really know. But here's hoping, because that was one of my favorite things from Pilotwings 64.
So one thing that I asked Sean in the process of playing the nub. How are you? Looks like you're using the nub more often than not.
Oh, absolutely. The analog pad, or I'm not exactly sure what they're calling it, but yeah, it's super responsive, super smooth, moves around, and it's what you hope it would be. And so far, I've been playing for like 10 minutes. It's not gotten too sweaty or anything, which is kind of nice.
It's a pretty sweet jetpack, dude.
It is pretty sweet. Yeah, picking up the Swain Bridge, no big deal. I'm gonna go fly under this bridge real quick.
We're gonna. This is how we're gonna close it out. We're gonna see your flight skills under the foe.
Oh, it's not happening.